What if your bloating isn't random? It's your body sending you 5 specific signals you can decode right now. In the next 12 minutes, I'll show you exactly how to read these signals and what actions to take within the first 24 hours, all backed by research. Quick note: this is educational content, not medical advice. Always check with your doctor before making changes to your health routine, especially if you have existing digestive conditions. Does your bloating hit around the same time every day? Do you feel like your stomach swells up out of nowhere, making you avoid certain clothes? Have you noticed that some days you're fine, and other days you look 6 months pregnant by dinner time, without eating more than usual? You're not alone, and it's not your fault. The confusion around bloating is overwhelming because most information online treats all bloating the same way. And at the end, I'll reveal the overlooked timing pattern that 8 out of 10 people miss when trying to understand their bloating, and it changes everything about how you approach this. Let me paint a picture you probably know too well. You wake up with a relatively flat stomach. You feel optimistic. Maybe today will be different. Then somewhere between breakfast and lunch, or maybe right after that afternoon snack, your abdomen starts expanding. That uncomfortable pressure builds. Your waistband digs in. You feel sluggish, maybe a little foggy. You start planning your outfit around loose clothing. By evening, you're unbuttoning your pants and wondering what you did wrong. You've probably tried researching this. One article says it's food intolerances. Another blames stress. Someone else insists it's about gut bacteria. Your neighbor swears by cutting out gluten. Your coworker eliminated dairy and claims it changed her life. The advice is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Here's what makes this so frustrating. You can't fix what you don't understand. And most information out there treats bloating like it's one single problem with one single solution. Cut this food. Take this supplement. Try this diet. But your body is smarter than that. It's not just randomly bloating, it's communicating. And once you learn the language your gut is speaking, everything becomes clearer. You stop guessing and start understanding. I talked to Rachel, a 42-year-old accountant from Colorado, who dealt with daily bloating for 4 years. Her doctor told her it's just IBS, try more fiber, until she discovered what pattern her body was actually showing her. I'll share her full story in a few minutes. But here's what science discovered that changes how we understand bloating completely. Here's what's really happening in your body when you bloat. Your digestive system is like a sophisticated communication network. When something's off, whether it's timing, food combinations, stress levels, or bacterial balance, your gut sends signals. Bloating is one of those signals. Research in gastroenterology has identified that bloating patients cluster into distinct patterns, each with different underlying mechanisms, which means your bloating is giving you specific information about what's happening internally. Let me break down what science reveals about these 5 patterns. Pattern 1. Morning bloating. If you wake up bloated, research shows this typically indicates overnight fermentation, which means undigested food from the previous day is still being processed by gut bacteria while you sleep. Basically, your digestion didn't complete its cycle before you went to bed. Think of it like leaving dirty dishes in the sink overnight. Bacteria keeps working on what's left. This happens when dinner is too close to bedtime, or when your evening meal was too large or hard to digest. Your digestive system slows down significantly during sleep. It's supposed to be in maintenance mode, not actively processing a heavy meal. Studies on circadian digestive rhythms show that the bacteria in your gut continue fermenting undigested food, producing gas that accumulates overnight. Pattern 2. Post-meal immediate bloating. Bloating within 15 to 30 minutes of eating suggests rapid gas production. Studies indicate this often relates to how you're eating, speed, stress levels during meals, or insufficient chewing. Think of it as your digestive system saying it needs more time and less pressure. When you eat too quickly, you swallow excess air, a phenomenon called aerophagia. When you're stressed during meals, your body diverts blood away from your digestive organs to prepare for fight or flight. It's like trying to fill your gas tank while the engine is still running at full speed. Research has shown that eating under stress can significantly reduce gastric motility and slow digestion. When you don't chew enough, large food particles reach your intestines where bacteria must work harder to break them down, producing more gas in the process. Pattern 3. Delayed afternoon bloating. If bloating hits 3 to 4 hours after lunch, research shows this pattern connects to the gastrocolic reflex, your gut's natural rhythm. In simple terms, this means your digestive timing might be misaligned with your eating schedule. The gastrocolic reflex is like your gut's internal clock. When food enters your stomach, it triggers movement throughout your entire digestive tract. If you're eating when your body isn't ready to digest, maybe during peak stress hours or when you're distracted, this reflex doesn't work as efficiently. Food moves too slowly, sits too long, and fermentation increases. Studies on meal timing have found that consistency in eating schedules significantly impacts digestive patterns and bloating severity. Pattern 4. Evening progressive bloating. Gradual bloating that worsens throughout the day points to cumulative stress response. Research has demonstrated that stress hormones like cortisol directly impact intestinal permeability and digestive function. What this means for you is that stress isn't just in your head, it's literally affecting your gut lining. Each stressful moment throughout your day adds another layer of digestive disruption. Your morning coffee on an empty stomach, that tense meeting before lunch, the afternoon deadline pressure. By evening, your digestive system has been in partial shutdown mode all day. Harvard Medical School research has shown that chronic stress reduces digestive enzyme production and slows intestinal transit time. Basically, stress accumulates, and so does your bloating. Pattern 5. Cyclical bloating. Bloating that follows a weekly or monthly pattern, especially in women, relates to hormonal fluctuations. Research shows estrogen and progesterone directly influence water retention and gut motility. Basically, your hormones and digestive system are in constant communication. During certain phases of your menstrual cycle, progesterone levels rise, which slows gut motility. This means food moves more slowly through your system. At the same time, hormonal shifts can increase water retention and inflammation. Clinical studies tracking women across multiple menstrual cycles have found that bloating severity correlates directly with specific hormonal phases. Typically, the luteal phase shows the highest incidence. Men can experience cyclical patterns too, often related to weekly stress cycles or weekend eating pattern changes. Now here's what connects all 5 patterns. Research on functional digestive disorders reveals that bloating rarely has just one cause. It's typically a combination of timing, stress, and digestive capacity all intersecting. Which means the solution isn't about a limb. And remember that overlooked timing pattern I mentioned at the start? The one that 8 out of 10 people miss? It's pattern 3, delayed afternoon bloating. Most people treat this as a food allergy and start eliminating foods randomly. But research shows it's actually your gastrocolic reflex misaligned with your stress schedule. Once you identify this specific timing pattern, everything clicks into place. And in 2 minutes, I'll show you exactly how to decode your specific pattern and what to do about it within the first 24 hours. Remember Rachel I mentioned earlier? Let me tell you the rest of her story. Rachel, 42-year-old accountant from Colorado. She battled daily bloating for 4 years, avoiding social dinners and feeling self-conscious at work meetings. She told me she started wearing only loose dresses to work because nothing with a waistband was comfortable by 2 p.m. She tried everything. 3 different elimination diets. Cut out gluten for 6 months. No change. Eliminated dairy for another 6 months. Still bloated. Tried low FODMAP, which helped slightly, but wasn't sustainable. She read countless articles about gut health, tried probiotics, digestive enzymes, peppermint tea. Nothing made sense because some days she'd be fine eating the exact same foods that bloated her other days. The inconsistency was maddening. Then she started tracking 4 specific things daily in her phone notes. Not a complex app, not a food diary, just simple observations. Exact meal times. Her stress level before eating on a 1 to 10 scale. Bloating severity 2 hours after meals. And her menstrual cycle. 2 weeks in, the pattern revealed itself. Her bloating wasn't about the food at all. It was about eating lunch between noon and 1 p.m. during her most stressful work hours. She'd eat at her desk while answering emails, stress level consistently 8 or 9 out of 10. The exact same meal, literally the same chicken salad from the same restaurant, eaten calmly at 11 a.m. or 2 p.m. caused zero bloating. The data was undeniable. She was experiencing pattern 2, post-meal immediate bloating, combined with pattern 4, cumulative stress throughout the day. 1 month later, she adjusted her lunch routine. She blocked her calendar from 11:30 to noon every day just for eating. No exceptions. She moved her most stressful meetings to afternoons. She took 5 minutes before eating to do simple breathing exercises. Within a week, her afternoon bloating decreased by about 70%. Within 2 weeks, she was wearing fitted clothes again. 6 months on, Rachel understands her body's bloating language fluently. She knows that week 3 of her menstrual cycle requires extra attention to stress management. That's when pattern 5 kicks in. She recognizes immediately when she's eating too fast. She can predict which situations might trigger bloating and adjust accordingly. She told me she finally feels like she has control instead of being controlled by her symptoms. For the first time in years, she realized her gut wasn't broken. It was speaking a language she had finally learned to understand. Studies back up her experience perfectly. UCLA research, including landmark studies published in Gastroenterology, has demonstrated that stress during meals directly impacts digestion through the gut-brain axis. High cortisol levels reduce stomach acid production and slow gastric emptying. In plain language, stress literally pauses your digestion mid-process. Your body can't digest effectively and respond to stress at the same time. Another participant I spoke with, Michael, 38, from Arizona, discovered his pattern was entirely different. He had classic pattern 1, morning bloating. His tracking revealed he was eating dinner at 9 p.m., going to bed at 10:30. His digestive system simply didn't have enough time to complete its cycle before sleep mode kicked in. He made one change, moved dinner to 7 p.m., and added a 15-minute walk afterward. Not a jog, not intense exercise, just a gentle walk to stimulate the gastrocolic reflex. His morning bloating resolved within 10 days. What's powerful about both stories? They didn't eliminate foods randomly hoping for the best. They didn't spend hundreds of dollars on supplements. They decoded the specific signals their bodies were sending and made strategic behavioral changes. They became fluent in their own gut language. And here's where most people miss the connection between their pattern and the solution. So how do you use this understanding to decode your own bloating pattern? Here's exactly what to implement starting today. Step 1. Assessment and tracking. Start tracking 4 things daily for the next 7 days. Use your phone notes. Keep it simple. No fancy apps needed. 1. What time you eat each meal, down to the specific minute if possible. 2. Your stress level before eating, 1 to 10 scale, be honest. 3. Bloating severity, 2 hours after each meal, again 1 to 10. 4. Any other patterns you notice, sleep quality, menstrual cycle day, bowel movement timing, energy levels. This 7-day data will reveal patterns you absolutely cannot see otherwise. You're looking for consistency. Does bloating always hit at the same time? Does it correlate with specific situations or stress levels? Does it sync with your cycle? Step 2. Lifestyle foundations. Before implementing any specific protocol, 2 foundations matter most: stress management during meals and digestive timing. Research from institutions like Harvard Medical School has demonstrated that eating under stress significantly reduces digestive enzyme production, which means your mental state directly determines how well you digest food. This isn't metaphorical. This is measurable, physical change in your gut function. 10 minutes of calm before eating makes a measurable difference in digestive outcomes. And eating your largest meal when you're most relaxed, not when you're most busy. This single shift can be as powerful as any complex elimination diet for some people. Add consistent meal timing. Your gut thrives on predictable patterns. Try to eat within the same 2-hour windows daily. If you eat lunch at noon today, 1:30 tomorrow, and 11 the next day, you're working against your gastrocolic reflex. Studies show that irregular meal timing can significantly increase bloating and digestive discomfort. Master these two foundations before adding anything else. Step 3. Natural interventions. Morning digestive reset protocol. Upon waking, drink 16 ounces of warm water. Add lemon if you like. The acidity can help stimulate your gastrocolic reflex, but plain warm water works too. Think of this as waking up your digestive system, not just your brain. Your gut has been in maintenance mode all night. This gentle signal says it's time to activate. Wait 20 minutes, then add gentle movement. A 5-minute walk around your home or neighborhood, or basic stretches, forward folds, gentle twists, cat-cow movements. Research suggests this combination of hydration and gentle movement can significantly increase morning digestive motility. You're mechanically stimulating your intestines while also activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Pre-meal breathing technique. 2 minutes before eating, do this simple practice. 4-second inhale through your nose. Hold for 1 second. 7-second exhale through your mouth. Repeat for 5 complete cycles. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system. Basically, it tells your body it's safe to digest. Studies on breathing techniques have shown they can reduce post-meal bloating by shifting your body out of stress mode and into rest and digest mode. You cannot digest effectively while in fight or flight. This technique is the switch. Chewing protocol. Chew each bite 20 to 30 times before swallowing. This isn't about being perfect. It's about giving your stomach a significant head start. Your stomach doesn't have teeth. Give it food it can actually work with. Digestion starts in your mouth with enzymes in your saliva. Research indicates proper chewing significantly reduces gas production because food particles are much smaller when they reach your intestines, requiring less bacterial fermentation. Step 4. Progress monitoring. So how do you know if these changes are working? Don't rely on feelings alone. Track specific metrics. Monitor 3 indicators over the next 2 to 4 weeks. First, bloating timing and severity. Log it daily in the same format. 1 to 10 scale, note exactly what time it hits. You should see the number trending downward over weeks. You might also notice it shifting to later in the day, or certain patterns disappearing entirely while others remain. This tells you which interventions are working for which patterns. Second, digestive comfort level 2 hours after meals. Rate this subjectively, but consistently. Are you feeling lighter? Less pressure in your abdomen? More mental clarity? Better energy? These correlate directly with improved digestion. Notice changes over weeks, not individual days. You're looking for trends, not perfection. Third, your overall energy level at 3 p.m. daily. Rate it 1 to 10, same time every day. Improved digestion typically correlates with better afternoon energy. They're intimately connected. If your 3 p.m. energy is increasing while your bloating is decreasing, you're addressing root causes, not just masking symptoms. Research suggests consistent tracking over 2 to 4 weeks gives you clear feedback patterns without becoming obsessive. Look for trends over 14 to 21 days. Trust the trend line, not the single data point. Some days will be worse. That's normal and actually informative. Let's recap the key points we covered. Your bloating isn't random. It follows one of 5 distinct patterns that reveal what's happening internally. The foundation is stress management and meal timing before any complex protocol or elimination diet. And tracking just 3 specific metrics over 2 to 4 weeks shows you what's actually moving the needle. Now, you understand the 5 patterns and how to decode yours. The natural next question is, what's the hidden chain reaction that triggers these 5 patterns in the first place? Which of these 5 patterns sounds most like yours? Drop 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 in the comments. I read every single one and often reply with specific tips for your pattern type. If this breakdown helped you understand your bloating better, hit like. so YouTube shows this to more people dealing with the same confusion. It genuinely helps this educational content reach the people who need it most. And subscribe. If you want more evidence-based digestive health education without the hype or product pitches, I post new deep dives every Tuesday focused entirely on helping you understand your body. Thanks for investing time in understanding your body today. I'll see you in the next one.